I'd like to call the meeting to order. Could I have a roll call, please?
Belsley.
Here.
Dobbs.
Yeah.
Hare.
Here.
Herman.
Here.
Kaufman.
Here.
Newhouse.
Yes, here.
You have a quorum.
Pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have a special report tonight. Can I call on Mr. Breaker?
Thank you, Your Honor and trustees. Several years ago, the Morton EDC, in partnership with our village, started an exciting path to revitalize our downtown district. Our journey included the establishment of a business district, the completion of a downtown plan, and the first part of the downtown plan was a plaza. Earlier this year, the village agreed to partner on this exciting project by pledging $1 million from the Business District Fund toward the construction of this $2 million project. The Morton EDC was challenged to raise the remaining funds through private sectors. The village agreed that the project would move forward once we reached 80% of our goal. And we are here tonight to announce that we have reached 80% of our goal. Due to the generosity of dozens of local businessmen, citizens, and our wonderful veterans, the Morton EDC will continue to raise funds in support of the downtown plaza until we reach 100% of our goal. We would like also to offer the support of our downtown development team to continue to support the village in the next steps of this project, which is final design and construction. We want to express our sincere thanks to the village, the Farnsworth Group, and our local veterans, and all the businesses and citizens who have supported this plaza. If planning stays on track, we are hoping to cut a ribbon and open our new plaza in the summer of 2016. We know this project will have a lasting impact on our downtown district and the economic development efforts of our village for many years to come. Congratulations, Morton, and thank you. Mr. Mayor.
I think it's important for the public to know that the money's already been funded for this. It's sitting in a deposit right now with the Morton Business District, and we have the $1 million that's going to be the village's share of the construction on deposit now, so there won't be any additional money that has to be raised by the village. Would any of the trustees like to comment?
A comment, Your Honor, that this is a very gratifying evening. I think this is a project that started as just kind of an idea, a vision, and for those of us who've worked on it from concept to now, it's a very satisfying experience to see this done. It's spanned 2 administrations, lots of people involved, all of the trustees, and I deeply appreciate everybody's support on it and look forward to seeing it completed. This is an evening worth celebrating for Morton.
I'd have to agree. I think it's an opportunity for our kids, our grandkids, to have a place to go, entertain. I think it's the first of a lot of good things, hopefully, in the next few years. And I think it's a big start of a great downtown, and it's exciting.
We've come a long way. And I think a lot of that is due to your leadership and the leadership of the Economic Development Council and all the committees and people that worked behind the scenes and our citizens. It's really neat to see that there's corporations involved, individuals involved, veterans involved, a good cross-section of the community. And I think that we've already seen some good things happening downtown, and this is really going to be a wonderful catalyst for more good things. And I just appreciate your leadership and everyone that was involved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sam?
Yeah, for me, this is obviously an exciting time, and a lot of people put a lot of hard work and effort into the vision, because that's what it started with. And to kind of get over that inertia of vision into actual production is sometimes very difficult to do, because not only, well, I guess most importantly, the funds and everything can be very difficult to raise. And there's going to be a real benefit to the citizens with this. And that's the part that I'm excited for, because while there are some really great things and unique character in our downtown today, I think, Ginger, you said it right as far as this being a catalyst. There's so much more that can be done to bring benefit to our citizens, the businesses that are in the downtown. So it's a really exciting first pretty big step, and I'm looking forward to seeing what is next. So it's an exciting time for me to see that happen, and so I'm very happy to be part of it.
Tom?
Well, I don't have much to add, except I'm excited to see that we're going to have a very attractive Veterans Memorial. And I'm real happy to see that in there.
I think what Mr. Breaker shared about those that participated in this, the list is extensive, and it's broad base throughout the community, many groups, organizations, individuals, and from the beginning, it truly was a grassroots project, something that Morton can be very proud of, and I join the others in their comments as well, saying we look forward to the day that we can be using it. So congratulations.
I think Mr. Breaker would like to make a presentation. If all the trustees would just gather behind him for a minute.
Would you like to do this at this okay. We'd like to present this check, and we'll turn it around so everybody can see it. Mr. Mayor, why don't you get him? We'd like to present this to the village of Morton.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm good.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
You didn't flash.
Okay, wait, do it again. I forgot to push the button. 1, 2, 3.
There you go.
Well, I'm glad I didn't sit down. Unfortunately, that's what I was thinking.
It should be noted that Craig Loudermilk, who's going to oversee the project, and I are meeting with the engineers Friday to polish up the proposal that will be presented to the trustees for approval.
Thank you very much, and thanks again to everybody. We appreciate it.
Is there anyone in the audience that would like to make a public comment? Is there anyone in the audience that would like to pull something from the consent agenda? The consent agenda is minutes and bills. Would any of the trustees like to pull something from the consent agenda? I have two items. One is, very quickly.
A vote
Oh,
on the consent agenda.
yes, sir.
Move to approve.
Can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Mrs. Herman did.
And the second was by Sam, I think. See, without the lawyer here, what do I know?
Yeah.
Call it.
Belsley.
Yes.
Dobb.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Kaufman.
Yes.
Newhouse.
Yes.
You may proceed.
Thank you. I just wanted to mention that small businesses employ probably 55, 56% of all the working population in the United States. And to recognize that, as president of the board, I want to proclaim November the 29th, Small Business Saturday, and urge everyone to go to small businesses and do their shopping at small businesses. The second item is Resolution 1314. A while back, the board sold the downtown firehouse and the police station to Sam Parrott, and we rented it back until such time as we were able to build an auxiliary fire station out south of town to make sure we had a balanced protection for the town. We have decided to delay that construction a little bit, and in order to accomplish that, we need to rent the facility a couple of more years. We went to Mr. Parrott, and he kindly agreed to extend the lease 2 years at the same rate. Could I have a motion?
So moved, Your Honor.
Second.
Second by Mr. Newhouse. Any discussion? Call the question.
Dodd.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Kaufman.
Yes.
Newhouse.
Yes.
Belsley.
Yes.
Village clerk,
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
village administrator.
I have two things this evening. The first is I'm asking approval to transfer $55,000 from the general fund and $119,000 from the water and wastewater depreciation fund to the capital projects fund.
So moved.
Second.
Second by Mr. Belsley. Any discussion? Call it.
Hare.
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Kaufman.
Yes.
Newhouse.
Yes.
Belsley.
Yes.
Dodd.
Yes.
Second item on my list is tonight I presented all of you with a memo for the health insurance renewal. We do this every year around this time, and it's for the calendar year of 2015. We have a partially self-insured plan, meaning that there is a portion that the village will cover, and then over and above that, insurance kicks in. So what I presented to you is it gives you the options. We had 3 options compared to our current. We also had there is a graph in the packet that shows you that incurred costs have been less than expected costs in most years. And basically what this means is that our employees are doing a pretty good job of keeping down costs. And so they're doing the things they should be doing, which would be visiting an urgent care versus an emergency room, getting well checks so that they're on top of any major illnesses before they're ever a major illness, something they could control with medicine versus rushing to the hospital in an ambulance, utilizing generic drugs when available, things such as that. So this year's health renewal proposal consists of several components. The first is medical. And upon review of the proposals with Gallagher Heiser Insurance and a discussion with Mayor Rainson and Trustee Herman, I'm recommending renewal option 2, which is a self-funded proposal with a $55,000 specific deductible. So that means the village would cover up to $55,000, and anything above that insurance would kick in. Based on our history, we feel that this is a good option to take. We've been with United Healthcare for many years, so we can pull history from all of those years. This represents a 6.7% increase in the total annual expected cost compared to the current year, and I would like to note that Betsy Yarko from Gallagher Heiser negotiated on our behalf and got the rate down from 10% to the 6.7%. The next portion would be dental, and Betsy again negotiated down the rate from 7.5% to 4.5%, and I wanted to point out that 3% of that 4.5% increase is actually due to health care reform fees from the Affordable Care Act, so that's something we have no control over. So that increase is very minimal when you look at it from that perspective in terms of things that we could control. Last year, Betsy Yarko had negotiated a 15% decrease in the employee life and accidental death and dismemberment policy that we offer, and this year there is no increase in that rate. Our vision insurance, which is of no cost to the village, but we do offer it to our employees if they so choose, is a locked-in rate of 2 years, so that wouldn't change because we're in the second year of that term. We will still continue to offer our flexible savings plan, which is a Section 25 plan to our employees at no increase in cost. And the last thing is we are still offering a critical illness and accident expense coverage, and this again is no cost to the village. It's very similar to the vision insurance.
Can I have a motion? Ginger,
Recommend that we
seconded by
approve,
Kaufman.
as presented by Mrs. Farrell, and selecting option 2.
The summary of all of that is that we're taking a slight increase in our own risk, but based on our records, it's warranted, and it will contain the rates a little bit. And I want to add to what the administrator said, Betsy Yarko, who you'll remember used to be a trustee, was very, very helpful. She's really gotten into this and helped us save some money. Any comments or questions?
It's interesting to note, Your Honor, that the Affordable Care Act made our insurance less affordable.
I didn't want to say that, but thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Call it.
Herman.
Yes.
Kaufman.
Yes.
Newhouse.
Yes.
Belsley.
Yes.
Dobb.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
That's all tonight, Your Honor.
Good work, Mrs. Farrell.
Thank you.
Chief of Police.
In your packet tonight is showing payroll expenses for this year's Pumpkin Festival. Includes auxiliary time, which was 269 hours that the auxiliary put in, and then overtime by police and officers and dispatch, which was 93 and a half hours in overtime. So, and I was asked prior to this by one of the board members, this money is given back through the tourism. Usually I request that in January after the entire years of special events are over.
Any questions of the chief? Director of Fire and Emergency.
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Director of Public Works.
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Planning and Zoning.
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Trustee Belsley.
I did have one item, proposed ordinance number 14-25, but Attorney Davies has been asked to give further review to the proposed revisions there, so I'm pulling it for review and consideration this evening.
Yeah, let me apologize for Attorney Davies. He had an emergency family event and couldn't make it. Trustee Dobb.
Nothing tonight.
Trustee Hare.
Yeah, just one thing real quick with Mrs. Daly that was here earlier, who does a great job in the community here on the Economic Development Council and also as the chamber. She essentially represents the CEO of both of those organizations, and she is going to be moving on here to a economic development position in the in our community, but in the kind of the Central Illinois region. And so with that, Steve Newhouse and I do serve on the EDC board. So we are currently, that EDC board is looking for Mrs. Daly's replacement. And just to kind of give you guys a quick update on that, the search committee is progressing nicely and is narrowing that down to a couple different very well qualified candidates. So we're excited about that and hope to have some more information to you guys in the near future on that. So we just wanted to give you a quick update on that.
I think we've got a little luck here, though, because we're not going to lose her talents entirely.
Well, that's
She's going to be moving to the region, and she'll be able to kind of keep an eye out for us.
absolutely we'll be. There's no doubt that working with her on some of the other things will be a benefit to our community.
Trustee Herman.
Nothing tonight, Your Honor. Thank you.
Trustee Kaufman.
Just one item. If you'll notice in your packet that the Tazewell Health Department has increased the grant money for our yard waste disposal from $22,000 to $23,175. For 18 years, we've been getting $22,000. So we do get a little bump, but it is quite evident if you've gone out there and seen the pile that's out there already. And just so the citizens know the cost of this, we started out the first time with just a couple of weeks. Now we do spring and fall, where it was just once a year. And sometimes it costs, actual cost of this has gone from $22,000 up to $80,000. And now we're getting it back in the $34,000 range. So it doesn't cover the entire cost, but it does cover most of it. So as things have changed, we've tried to keep it in line. So, but we are thankful for that.
Do you need a second for that?
Yes.
Second.
Second by Herman. Any questions or discussion? Call it.
Kaufman.
Yes.
Newhouse.
Yes.
Belsley.
Yes.
Dobb.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Trustee Newhouse.
Two items this evening, Your Honor. If you look at the plat that's in your package and then large sheets on the table, you will see that we are approving preliminary plat for Fieldstone Section 3. It is unanimously recommended for approval by the Plan Commission. One of the notable elements is the linear drainage. Trustees and people who pay attention to government in Morton probably remember that some time back we made a change in lot size requirements to allow narrower but deeper lots to accommodate different housing design in a couple of areas, and that included the notion that instead of having the big round water retention ponds that are sometimes difficult to maintain and ugly, replacing those with a linear system, which is more scenic, and that's been integrated here, and I believe have done so. The developers have done so very successfully. So this is ready to go, and I recommend approval. So moved.
Second?
Second by Kaufman. Any questions? Call it.
Newhouse.
Yes.
Belsley.
Yes.
Dobb. Yes. Hare.
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Kaufman.
Yes.
Also in your packet, as you look, the ordinance number 1424, the annexation of a portion of property, descriptions here. The more important thing here is not the description of the property, but the fact that we have another one of these cases that we've talked about before, where way back in the dark and misty past, somebody had a plot of land and it got platted off in two pieces. And one zoned one way and one zoned another. And we have fixed a number of these situations in the village, usually to the benefit of both the landowner and the village. This is another such case. Takes a piece of property that was a fairly large piece, but not zoned R1, and brings it into the village as R1. So I recommend approval. So moved.
Second?
Second by Kaufman. Questions?
Is this part of one of these existing lots, or is this like a separate?
So there's a case where the applicant, Mr. Brandt, had bought a piece of property and he owned all of the property, but it was like some of these, the portions of it used to be in the county of the north, think of North Morton Avenue, where you have a plot of land, here's the house and it's zoned R1, and here's another piece of land that's contiguous, but it's zoned something else. So this is simply a case of taking this segment of land and replatting it with the original property and as one, and zoning it R1, which is a benefit to the village. And because it's a benefit to the village, we did this as a platting exercise rather than an annexation, developmental exercise.
So it will be part of like
Yes.
this property?
That's all, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Any
Yeah,
other
it
questions?
benefits everybody.
Any other? Call it.
Belsley.
Yes.
Dobb.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Kaufman.
Yes.
Newhouse.
Yes.
We had a closed session on the agenda, but we have decided not to do that tonight, and so I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
It's a tie between.
I win all ties, so Mr. Newhouse.
Whatever.
Better hold on this. It looks
Oh, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.